an in-depth look at polyprotic acids, brought to you by Whiteboard Science. Let's review. Remember that buffers can be looked at quantitatively using the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Also remember that a buffer's range is usually within 1 pH unit in either direction of that buffer's pKa value. Now let's look at sulfuric acid. It can react with water to form hydronium and its conjugate base hydrogen sulfate. But what's interesting is that despite being a conjugate base, hydrogen sulfate can also act as an acid. It can react with water to form hydronium and its conjugate base sulfate. This makes sulfuric acid a polyprotic acid, as it has more than one proton to give, and makes it appear as though it has two different buffering zones on a titration curve instead of just one. Amino acids are great examples of biological polyprotic acids. They have an amine group and a carboxyl group that can both donate protons. Depending on the side chain, these groups usually have pKa's around 9 and 2 respectively. Amino acids can react with water twice to form hydronium and a conjugate base. The first proton would usually be given by the carboxyl group, and the second by the amine group. If we take a look at a titration curve, we can see that each reaction has a corresponding buffer zone, meaning that an amino acid can act as an effective buffer at two pH ranges, one at a pH of around 2 and the other at a pH of around 9. There are many amino acids, like lysine, that are triprotic acids. In addition to the amine and carboxyl protons, lysine has an additional proton to give on its side chain amine group. These different proton donors have pKa values of 8.9, 2.2, and 10.5 respectively. Now if we look at a pH scale, we notice that lysine has 3 different buffering zones at 3 different locations on the scale. Notice that there is overlap between 2 of the zones, meaning that there are 2 different buffers acting simultaneously at one point. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section below to get an answer, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Good luck with studying!